So here you have the top of the line Bondic Pro, where basically everything's included that we have to offer. So you've got your fiber optic Cree UV LED, you've got the 14 UV LED, you've got the 7 UV LED, you've got the 10 millimeter UV LED, you've got a clip for the gun to hold the fiber optic, 2 plunges, shaping filing tool, you've got 3 tubes of the Bondic Pro, and you've got the fiber optic which goes into the tip. You've got the charger with American or Euro plug for the Bondic light, and you've got a pair of safety glasses, and you've got the lens for the Bondic light. So we'll put all these parts out here and we can go through them. On the other versions we've covered most things, so I'll cover the things that we haven't covered previously. Fiber optic and the gun. And remember that when you get your product, it'll generally be wrapped like this. You'll remove that plastic and we will end up with this product here. You'll remove the safety cap. So be careful with this. This is fiber optic, and if you drop it, it's glass, it'll break. You have a cool little trick where, I'll show you. If you can go right and zoom in here, you can read the package. So a cool little trick with fiber optic is that it's letting light in, going down to the package, and then showing you what's underneath. So there's a cap on here, you want to protect it. Again, you don't want to drop this. This is glass, it's very fragile. There's an O-ring, a pair of them, and they fit like this into the Cree LED, and you can rotate that around. Here's the charging portal for your charger, which goes into the wall. And then when you have the cap off and you turn this on, for this guy you'll want your safety glasses. This is the most powerful, and I would say it's almost 5-6 times more powerful than the 14 UV LED. So this device here is to protect you from seeing the reflection, and you put that on here. This tripod is to give yourself a working area so that you can have your hands free and you can leave that on. So just make it steady, and now you can take your component that you're working with on the UV and you can bring it to it. So you can work with both your hands, you can make it wet with the fluid and then bring it into the light, and then you're looking through the shield over here. So you're shielding yourself from that light. All right? Turn that off. Did I mention that you need to be careful and don't drop this? This is fragile. Try not to get Bondic on here. This is a fiber optic. You don't want to impede the UV light from getting through. So put that on the side here so it doesn't roll away. Again, with your gun, you've got an option here. These are clips where you can pry it apart a little bit, and you can put this on the back of the gun on either side. So see how that snaps all the way down? That's to put your UV LED in there, this one. Okay? When I pull back with my fingertips, if I'm ambidextrous or I'm left-handed or right-handed, whichever way you prefer to work, just make sure that this tab, this little tab here, is out of the way, and you snap it back on. And now you could put this light on the other side. So first things first, I like to work with the light on the left-hand side. Push this tab up. See this little tab that's inside here? You've got to press that up with your thumb so this snaps all the way down. And you want to pull the tab, so pull your plunger back, make room for this to go in. Put in one side a little bit first, and then follow with the other side to press down. You have to be a little bit firm to get it on. Pull this tab back with your thumb, so it's a little bit of an exercise in agility. Press that down and you're in business. Now you can take your UV LED and you can place that down and push it inside here. I'm just using a bit of my body as a counter weight. I can push this all the way down. Try not to pull your O-ring off. You can switch this around to put your power through here. You can rotate this. So I prefer, when I have my tip on, I personally prefer to keep the light back from the cartridge, because if the light is on here, I don't want it to accidentally cure over here, so I wouldn't have it facing near the tip. And the concept is that you can squeeze. Here it comes, coming out. Move that around. You have a free hand, you can apply it in a larger area, whatever you're doing, and then you can just rotate over here, and look how big that is. You can cure that. You can just turn that over here. And this is where I would be wearing the safety glasses if I'm doing this on a frequent basis, so you get rid of the UV light to your eyes. So I can add a little bit more, making a whole new plastic layer here, and then rotate, and 1, 2, 3, 4. See how much of an area I cover, how close I get, and I'm not waving it. I'm not holding it far away. I get as close as I can without touching it, and then I bathe the light over it, and it's cured very well. Can add a little bit more. So the only thing with the gun is that there's a bit of liquid coming out when you're not expecting it, because there's a bit of pressure on the tube with this gun, but that's how I'd use it. And that's your demo of your BondicPRO gun. Remember, you can rotate the UV LED, you can turn that off, and just try not to push this and wreck your little O-ring. All it does is cover the battery. And I'll show you how to replace that battery right now. So here's your high-powered fiber optic. There's the switch to turn it on and off. Don't let this fall on the ground. Keep it on a towel, on something rubbery, on something soft. I generally prefer to work with, in the cabinet here, a surface like this. So that's just from the dollar store. It's one of those rubber surfaces. If it falls down from a distance, I can put it down. It won't damage. It'll take the impact. At the back here is the battery. This should last you years when you use it properly. Before you use it the first time, please charge it. So there's your battery that you can reorder from us. Remember that the plus side goes in first, and that this cap screws on, and you don't want to cross-thread it. Take your time. There's an O-ring here. I'd recommend you not to use it this way, because the fiber optic concentrates the beam. Here it's expanding as soon as it leaves. As soon as you put this fiber optic tip in, all the light is captured exactly at the right distance to go into the fiber optic and end up coming out here. All right, and there's your areas there that we were curing. And this here is where your charger goes. So I'll pull this out. I'll put this in the case so nothing happens. I'll take out my charger. I'll plug it in the wall, and then I'll charge it just like that. And I'll just let it charge, and in a couple hours that's fully charged, ready to go. And depending upon how often you turn it off and how long you use it, it'll be fine. So in some cases I've charged it, and within a few minutes started using it, and had left it in when I was charging it. On your LED, there's a light. It's green when it's fully charged, and it's red when you plug it in and it's charging. And when that light turns green from the wall, then you know that this is properly charged. So it depends on how much it was depleted. There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, okay, go again.